Supreme Court not going to hear Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal, which was a curious appeal because it was very unusual. Remember, this whole thing emanated out of Jeffrey Epstein's corrupt plea deal, where it basically immunized his co-conspirators. 4 women were named as they cannot be prosecuted. And it also said all other Epstein's co-conspirators, give or take. That's not perverting the actual language too much. It's something very similar to that. And the question was, did Ghislaine Maxwell fit into that other conspirators bucket, and whether this should cover her? The non-prosecution agreement, basically the immunity that went to her. Our read of it was, yeah, it was. If all those other people were covered by this, then she was too, and they were covered. They were not charged. None of them were prosecuted, presumably because the DOJ looked at it and then didn't prosecute her. And it's a weird position to be here saying Maxwell had immunity, but our read was she did. Now, the other reads said, no, it wasn't, because there was some jurisdictional limitations on this. It was, in other words, that she was only immune in the Southern District of Florida, or down in Florida, whatever district that was, and not prosecutable there, but she could have been prosecuted in other jurisdictions, which again just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they sign that deal? They would all just have to hide out like in their immunized jurisdictions. So I think it was really for the entire U.S. Attorney's Office and the DOJ, but the DOJ and the courts, they all kind of looked the other way on that. I think they found their arguments as to why she did not have immunity, because she was basically the only one left to prosecute, and they went after her, obviously, and rightfully. They should have not stopped with her, though. If the immunity didn't apply to her, what about the other named co-conspirators in the document? Are they going to get charged out of the Southern District of New York? No, no one else did. And the whole thing was just like using Ghislaine, I think, just as a scapegoat to put a bow on her. I'm not saying that she's not complicit in anything, but they just, done. We got somebody. Epstein's dead. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's get Ghislaine Maxwell, and then we'll just wrap the whole thing up and then put it under mats that we'll never look at again.